This is a quick video showing how the Ithaca 37 slam fires because of its design. Slam firing is basically holding down the trigger and pumping the gun, and each time you close the action it'll fire without releasing the trigger. All the new shotguns don't do it that I know of. The Ithaca, the Model 12, they do have the ability to do that, and I'll show you how that works. This is the firing group for this gun. So we'll start it in the firing position, which is like this. Now it would be ready to fire. So when you pull the trigger on it, it releases. You release the trigger, it goes back down like that, and ready to fire again when you pull the trigger again. Now if I don't pull the trigger, if I keep the trigger down on this while bringing back the hammer, you see instead of locking, it just releases constantly. There's no disconnect that locks the hammer down again like that. So that means if you were to hold the trigger down and pump it as it goes forward, this would go right up on the gun and not actually fire anything. So the way they overcome that is the slide release here. I guess you'd call it the bolt release, which is what you, once you pump the shotgun, anyone who's used one knows that you have to push a button, usually around the trigger, to bring back the bolt, unless you fire. So getting back to this then, when you fire and you pump the gun, this will actually ride and lock into the bolt release. So as you see, if you push the bolt release, it'll come back up. So now we'll get to the bolt here, which, here's a bolt. This is a bolt carrier. We don't need the bolt for this part of the demonstration, we just need the carrier. As you can see, this thing would stay focused, there's that right there. It's a track with an extension on it. As you pump the gun, bolt comes back. Well, let's start in the... Alright, so as you pump the gun, this comes back, pushes down on the bolt goes right to the bottom, like that, and is held in place. Now as this goes forward, you see this will start sliding forward like that, and as you see extension here, it's riding along the bolt release. So as it rides along the bolt release, it's going to push down on it, and as it pushes past, it pushes down the bolt release, allows the hammer to go back into its ready to fire position. Now that happens as it locks, and when it locks, it basically locks right here. So at that point, if you were holding the trigger and you did this, basically the bolt comes down, I'm holding the trigger back, locks up on here, and then as that gets pushed down, releases a hammer. And that's how the Ithaca will fire in slam fire mode. So you just keep pumping it with the trigger down and it'll keep firing the rounds. And I hope this explained it properly. If not, just leave a comment and I'll try to explain it further. See? Nothing happens with the trigger because the trigger is not actually connected to the hammer at this point. It's being held back by this. So if you don't have the trigger down, push that and now the trigger's holding back the hammer, which allows you to fire. Anyways, I hope you found this useful and I hope it explained how trigger group works on this gun. Anyways, thanks.